seemingly breaking news from a number of sources, including the Times of India, who seem to be quite adamant about this. And I thought it would be worth passing on, as it could well be. Well, I think a lot of people were not doubting it, they were expecting it. And I think that we have to be wary of the fact that this was going to happen probably anyway at some stage. But in the fifth test arena, we've seen already Ashwin retire unexpectedly. Was he pushed? Was he not pushed? The word is that he was pushed, basically told that he wouldn't be playing in the test series. But now the biggest bombshell's been dropped, and that is effectively Rohit Sharma appears to have been dropped not only from the captaincy but from the team, which would suggest that Shubman Gill will come into the team, and also it would lead to Jasprit Bumrah returning to the captaincy. If that is the case, Rohit has cooked money, John. I think you're right. He's more than just cooked. He's gone. Now, the Times of India are quoting this. Now, I'm not by any means doubting the Times of India. It's without detail. It's only straight to the point, and everyone's been talking about it. The very fact today at training, you saw that firstly, Sharma was walking around without any batting gear on. It wasn't in the nets as such. He was not at first slip in the training. It appears as though that he was almost came to the realization that he's been dropped. Apparently, Agarkar's here as well, which has led us all to believe that. There's a lot of discussion about Virat Kohli being made captain. Well, I've got one person here saying that Virat needs to show discipline on the pitch as well. He may have been considered, but I think they've gone back to Bumrah now. The irony is that the only, one and only test, I think Gambhir will make Bumrah as captain tomorrow. I think that's pretty much sure money, John. The fact is, the captaincy, the test that India have won this season, the series, was the first test, and that was against who? Australia. And who was the captain? Bumrah. They won quite handsomely in that first test, especially with Jaswal's big century and Kohli scored a century in the second innings. Bumrah seemed to lead the charge without saying too much, just showing by way of his bowling. Rohit did seem to come in the second test and showed a sign of placidity, I'll call it, where he was very humbled and very almost not wanting to open. Well, he didn't open. In fact, he went to the lower middle order. And I'm pretty sure Gill's back into manager. The fact is that he showed a lack of strength in a way. He's a very pleasant person, very well liked, well loved, looked up to person. But he's done very well when he was captain of the Mumbai Indians back in the day. Of not long ago, he's won championships. He's been very successful. I think he's just lost that little edge needed, having gone off for his childbirth, or his wife's childbirth. It looks to me as if he didn't come out with any strength. Was underdone, batted badly, basically almost captain cautiously, and then Australia came back with 1-1. And then ever since then, they've been on a hiding to nothing, having got away with one draw in Brisbane, which they could well have lost. And this test, again, they were 3 down with only one session to go and fell away to be all out and lost the test match. So they were 2-1 down. And they've been quite strong. They've said, right, enough's enough. We don't want to lose this series. We want someone who can win it. And already Bumrah's shown that he can win it by winning the first test, and let's get him back in there. Hopefully it's not too late. And if it is a good move, it'll be 2-2, and they will retain the trophy. So let's see. Is he dropped or opted out? Well, Rohit Sharma may have been given a bit of a nod, a bit of a nudge, I should say, and maybe given a bit of a hint, and he's probably walked out graciously. I hope he retires. Well, I don't want him to retire, to be really honest with you, but if he does decide to retire, well, then he should go on a pretty high note. I look at his stats, and his test stats aren't exactly what you would call, you're a cricketer in the past. So the stats on Rohit Sharma are by no means bad for Test cricket, but they're not as good as a lot of other people's performances. Let's have a little look at this, Rohit. Gautam addresses media without really an answer. So Rohit Sharma's 37 years of age. So within the next 3 months, or 3 or so months, he will actually turn 38. So that's a fairly significant thing as well. He scored 43 centuries. That's in all formats. Let's just look at his profile here on. So he has played 67 tests. This will be his 68th test. Akash Deep is also injured. That's correct. He's also out. 60 is his 60 would have been his 68th test match, but he won't be if he's been dropped. Well, it's official as far as Times of India is concerned. Quite adamant in saying so. Earbury is kind of like he's a good player. Okay, so Rohit Sharma has played 67 tests for 4,301 runs. Is Marsh dropped and Bo Webster brought in? Yes, he is. Correct. Mitch Marsh has also been dropped and Bo Webster's in. That's the only change apparently the team there. So Rohit Sharma scored 4,301 runs with some 12 centuries and 1850s. Batting average of 40.57, which is not exactly a horrific batting average by any stretch of the imagination, but he's been very difficult of late for him. His ODI record is second to none. He's got 265 matches, some 10,866 runs, and some high score 264, which is unforgettable. And he has scored 31 centuries and 57 50s in that format. His T20 scores are also magnificent. 159 matches, 4,231 runs. So he's only 70 runs less than his test scores. Akash is out too, correct. And in that format, he scored 5 centuries and 32 50s at a batting average of 32. His ODI record is 49.16. His batting average again for Test is 40.57. Not horrific scores by any means on any account, but interestingly, he scored in total about close to 19,300 runs or thereabouts. 14,000, 15, 167, and very close to 19,400 runs in total. With some in total of centuries, he scored 48 centuries in all formats, 12 in Test cricket, 31 in ODIs, and 5 in T20s. Now, look, you can't knock that. He's even taken a couple of wickets. He is no more good in white ball soup. Well, his record sounds pretty high though. ODIs 9 wickets, and even at T20 he's got a wicket. So he's mastered all formats with his right arm on break. He's been playing since 2007, so he's effectively been playing for 17 years. He deserves okay. Yeah, Akash has dropped as well. Yes, I'd say Rana may come back in for him straight away. But yeah, Rohit Sharma, a top order batsman, has been playing at the highest level since 2007, some 17 years. So he started his Test career. Let me have a look at that. His IPL. He's played a number of aspects of his IPL. Let's try and find his Test debut was in 2013. So he started playing Test well past the date that he started playing ODIs. So he's played some 6 years later. He started his first debut against Ireland on June 23rd, 2007 in the ODI arena, and the T20 arena against England in Durban in 2007. So his first class debut was New Zealand A versus India A in Darwin, of all places, 2006. So he's been around for definitely 17, 18 years now, and you can't knock that. Recent matches, he's got scores of 3 and 9 and 10, 3 and 6 and 3, and 18-11 against New Zealand. So his last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 innings, he has not scored more than 18 runs in any inning. So it's 18, 11, 3, 3, 6, 10, 3, 9. So in some 8 innings, he hasn't scored more than 20. So I guess the writing was on the wall a little bit there, you'd have to say. And before that, he got a duck and 8, actually, 2 and a 2 and a 50. So his last 50 was quite a while ago, and then he got 23, 8, 6, 5, 35. So he's only scored 150 in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or 11 international matches, he's only scored 150, and the rest of them are below 50, well and truly below. I need Rohit to play as an Australian fan. He would, okay. As overall, everybody is good. He was great. As always, SCG is quite often draw, it's often washed out. I think it's time for Rohit to say goodbye to international cricket. Well, pity he didn't score more runs than Test cricket. He probably started 6 years too late, and he only got 4,300 runs, 4,301. He could easily have probably scored more, or had more chance of scoring runs in that format. So he scored 4,301 in Test cricket and 67 Test matches, and 265 ODIs. He scored 10,866 at a batting average of 49. Fabulous. Australia should be very happy to lose this BGT after 10 years. Well, that's true. We must give it to India. India have actually won the series for the last 10 years straight, and we can't. If Australia do happen to wrestle it away, well, 10 years I've had to wait for that, so it's not exactly a crash shot. Yeah, so T20 internationals, he scored almost the same as his Test runs, 4,231. Again, he scored 48 centuries all up. It's pretty impressive. Why not Aussies swap? Okay, batting first or bowl first? I would always bat first. Why not Aussies swap Adelaide with Sydney? Yeah, that's true. They won't be doing that. It's too late to do that. Sydney is definitely a spinning pitch. It would have suited Ashwin. What do you think about Kohli performance in BGT? Well, he's got a century in the second innings, the first test, didn't he? That was great. I also feeling that only BUMRAH is making it hard for us. Yeah, you'd have to say so. But yeah, I don't think the other bowlers are certainly playing their. Is Sydney batting first is better? I think so. I think Virat and Rohit should be ruled out of after BGT for the last Test squad. Well, Virat is actually trying to work on the fact that he might want to be captain again, which is interesting. Courageous decision by team management. I think it is. What about Virat Kohli? He does not make. He got 100 not long ago. No rain. I said, well, it was overcast as hell. I'll tell you what, a chance of rain for the 2 days. I think there's a chance of rain. Yes, there will be. And if it's a draw, it suits Australia because they're already 2-1 up. Tight slap on faces who say Smith is finished. Well, he has scored 2 centuries of late. Yes, I think. Would spin help in Sydney? Yes, it certainly would. Yeah, so we've got a lot of positives there for spin. Would be interesting to see Constance at the SCG. It will be. He's probably the one standout player, although he didn't go well in the second innings. He certainly is a standout from his first innings performance. So again, Rohit Sharma. The reason for this breaking news is Times of India are actually pretty adamant in saying that he's been dropped and the BUMRAH's been made captain. More news to come. So that's something how been leaked. What about Virat Kohli? Yeah, okay, it will rain for. It could well do that. It will rain for. Okay, many big Indian media is talking about you, Norman. What do you mean? What am I talking? What about me? I tell you what. You've got to be forthright in decision-making process. I'm very sad about some people I know. Unfortunately, I've been disappointed by some very close friends of late, and I'm bewildered. It's funny when you do a lot of good things for someone, you should never expect it in return. I never do, but I tell you what, when they shun you over no reason at all, over someone else butting in, I'm a bit devastated, and I won't go on about who it is. Give the update on the weather report. Weather was cloudy as hell when I last saw it. My money's still on draw. If it's a draw money, John, India are out. They're already pretty much out of the World Test Championship now. Australia have to lose to India, and Australia have to lose against Sri Lanka in both Test matches. Then India's got to hope might even bring Sri Lanka into play. Shubman Gill, his form hasn't been great either. I would have given Sarfaraz Khan a go. He's done a little better. He hasn't been given the chances he deserves. So yet again, Virat Kohli, 67 Test matches, 265 ODIs, and 159 T20. So in total, 320, 332, about 491 matches, close to 500 matches for his country. That's pretty damn good. It is, isn't it? 424? Yeah, 491. Campbell was a little too overconfident in the press conference. Australia was confirmed. Well, not quite yet. It certainly is getting closer to it. Australia's not guaranteed anything here. They've lost Mitch Marsh. Bo Webster's in. With BUMRAH's captain, he might steal the forces. All right, it's not a courageous decision to drop Rohit. He has been absolutely below par. Okay, fair enough. Another Smith ton loading at the SCG. I hope Constance is the one. South Africa in the World Test Champions final. I don't know how. Honestly, I do not know how. They may have won sufficient games, have enough points, but they haven't played Australia and India of late. And I'm sure Australia would have given them a nice little touch up. They've beaten Pakistan and they just beat them. So I think Australia's going to win that match easily. And again, South Africa will choke. Do you think it'll be a draw? Well, potentially. Is Punt playing? Punt's playing, as far as I'm aware. When will Uzi retire? That's at the moment he's in for at least until the Ashes. Heavy WCC is still fair. Hey, this it's still fair. It's fair, but can you really justify South Africa as the best team in the world batting in Test cricket? No, I'm sorry, you can't. India doesn't play Pakistan in World Test Championships, so if SA is fair to. And I'm not saying about that. They haven't played Australia or India of late. Smith to captain in Sri Lanka. Well, who said that? SCG will be draw forecast showing rain. Yeah, it's not looking real flash, to be honest, but Constance will be under. Okay. SCG will be draw for. Okay. Why is Australian media going crazy? With what? About Constance? About who? Well, Rohit Sharma's quite a noble bloke. He deserves to be a lot of credit. He hasn't scored as many test runs as he should have. He scored by far unbelievably in ODIs and so.
They're just reports. That's not the truth.
Garnet Montgomery has kept a stiff upper lip, but it looks like it's leaked out. Well, you could go out normal. I play good, yeah. Disrespecting Verrett and well, is Sydney a spin-friendly pitch? I say yes. Will it rain in the test? Yes. Will Coley be a good boy when Sam goes? Let's hope not. Let's hope so. Can you tell about the pitch? Pitch will be, it's bulleye soil. It'll be a turning pitch. It'll have everything there for batter and bowler. Oh, yeah, Akash Deep is also out. I think Rana should come back in. Rana comes back in. Bumrah's captain. Looks like a first test team again. Rohit, the captain, has cost Australia more than. Okay. South Africa will be obliterated by Australia. I agree. I totally agree. Totally agree. I've got no doubt Australia will obliterate South Africa. What to do? Or bowl? No, I'd still say bat. I'm still going to say bat. I don't think you can bowl at this point. What's that live preview? Where is it? The breaking news there, Rohit Sharma. It's pretty big breaking news. Let's be honest. Has Australia announced squad for Sri Lanka? No. Will it rain us in the yes? What should Australia do if they win the toss? Bat. It could have been 3-1 if Bumrah didn't play. Absolutely. Do you expect it to rain us in the yes? I do. No doubt it's going to rain. Got little doubt at all that it's going to rain. It was quite hard for Australia to win against Sri Lanka. They are performing quite good. It's hard to say how good they are playing until Australia do play them. I heard it's sold out for day 1, 2, 3. It probably is close. Normal tomorrow is a sellout. I believe so. Well, I'm finding it hard to get tickets for friends, so I'd say it would be. One particular friend probably isn't going to give me a ticket now for some bizarre reason. I think it's quite impressive how Bumrah's quite capable of going to return the captain. So I think it's a good thing. Australia, 9 for 549. India, all out for 430 draw. That's pretty unlikely. That's two pretty hefty batting scores. You never know. It might happen. But a draw is not going to help India. India have to play quite attacking cricket. They're going to have to really go for it. They can afford to lose it, but they can't afford to draw. Meaning that they should go for it. Well, it looked very dejected last time we walked off. Cape Town is a good venue to watch Test cricket. It certainly is. Wanderers, Grounds of Wanderers. Will it rain? Yes, it will. Any opinion on South Africa playing Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and qualifying for? I'm sorry, I don't comprehend it at all. I find that rather incredible. Rather incredible. Any other questions? You seem to be full of questions, though. So at this point, Rohit Sharma has been effectively dropped. Ashwin also has gone from the series. Two players I didn't expect to be leaving that easy. Was the Indian dressing room looks like not for the news? Okay, I'm not sure what the question was. Will you watch Pack versus yeah. SCG batting. SCG is the best batting wicket in the world. I wouldn't say that. It's quite a balanced track, to be honest. I'd say that's a fair point. I'm just waiting on if there's any more updates coming through. I'm just looking at them. Yeah, it's strange. They're giving that half update, but nothing more. Okay. By any chance, Sri Lanka can defeat Australia? They could be three. They could be. India lost previous test, which was quite in their hands. Yeah. Will it be a spinning? Yes, it will be a prodigiously. Yes, it will. Maybe not from ball one, but certainly well into the test. It certainly will. Well, ODI. I'm not sure. No way. What do you know why? BUMRAH being used so much, but he's survived. The injury is unique in special respect. Yes, there is a rift between the total turmoil. I don't agree with that. I don't think so. I think the only issue that certainly is out there is the issue of why Ashwin was sacked or dropped and then made, well, kind of forced the hand by retiring. Rohit hasn't done well and he's quite regrettably decided to stop in the fifth. Will it be next verse? Okay. Who's that? Vice captain. Okay. Well, punt isn't punt vice captain. Punt is opening with Jaswal. No, he's not. Constance versus BUMRAH round 3. Who's winning? You can't discount BUMRAH. I'll tell you that much. BUMRAH has to be well up there in that discussion. All right. Looking for some inspiration here. It reminded me of 2013 where Mitch Johnson. Okay. Do you think Pat Cummins becomes very consistent? A little bit. What's the change to plan? Bring Webster. Well, Bo Webster's a better informed batter at the moment. His bowling's probably up a bit higher than Mitchell Master. Mitchell Master had a pretty long stretch of trying to get his act. Constance is a homeboy, correct? Something's fishy in the Indian team. Shouldn't retirement captaincy issue. Yeah, I would say there's a little bit of a disturbance, but not based on any personality problems. Something, I'd say something just time. It's a matter of time. 2nd of January 2025. Jesus. Really is hard to believe what time of the year it is. It's beyond me. Is Jaswal Harry Rook? I didn't get out. BGT will be 2-2 all of it is. That means India will retain the trophy. Any more questions? $318 of you have tuned in for the first 20 minutes. It's not a huge number. When is Jay McGrath Day? I mean, the pink test day. Pink day is day 3 of the test, which will be the 5th. Give you your 4 semi-finals for the Champions Trophy. Australia, India, England. I'm going to say Pakistan. Give you so I picked Australia, England, India, Pakistan. Tri-series in India, England, Australia. When is it happening? I don't know. Is it meant to be happening? I don't recall that. Maybe it's coming out next year. I don't know. BUMRAH might get some concerts. Well, he might. Yeah, that was a bad impression to call Virat Kohli a clown, I have to say. I wouldn't agree with that at all. He's okay. He has that bumping against Constance was a bit silly, but yeah, that's just his mentality. It was very difficult to deal with, which is the way a player should be if they're going to try to bowl you over or bat you out. Some of these comments are going too quickly. I'm turning my eye. What's your prediction for women's Ashes? Oh, Australia's going to win that. Australian media, Kohli is absolute legend. He can't be under Benny's hands. He won't be. Nobody asked Gambia about. Yeah, okay. Usman Khawaja retirement when? I reckon after the Ashes next year. Kohli was okay. Will you come tomorrow at SCG? Yes, definitely. Suresh, I'll be definitely at the SCG from very early. So, South Africa and Australia in the World Test Championship final next year. That looks certain. Australia play Sri Lanka next year early. Not next year, this year. What am I saying? Give you a force to be forced. I already just did Australia, India, England, and South Africa. Webster Atula, Tasmanian. I'm originally from Sydney. Yes, I'm originally from Sydney. Hallmark. Is it true he will not play tomorrow? Rohit Sharma, it looks like it. Akashdeep won't be playing. Josh Inglis is out. Mitch Marsh has been dropped. Bo Webster's in. Tullamin Slugger. Who's that? Oh, God. Sorry, past my bedtime. Who leaks the dressing room talk? Do you know? It could be anyone. Will Mitch Marsh consider strong and short? That's sure. If Bo Webster performs well, probably not. Yeah, but I reckon Glenn Maxwell should come into play. That's who I reckon for the Sri Lankan tour. Who'll be future captain, BUMRAH or Kohli again? BUMRAH. Aussie versus England, Africa is in the same group. You are so funny. Aussie, England, Africa in the same. Okay. Aussie, okay, Australia, England. I didn't say South Africa, by the way. I said Australia, England, India, and Pakistan. Australian Prime Minister always invites to the Kirribilli House. Not unusual. It's one of those nights. Is it real? It looks like it's happening. I can't say any more than that. It does look like it's happening. So how's the weather tomorrow? Well, it's overcast now. Very overcast now. So I'd say it'll be overcast tomorrow as well. Whether it'll get any better, I don't think so. It's just the weather. Weather. Here we go. It's not there, but I think pretty safely there'll be some rain, but we don't know when it'll be. That's the problem. India badly missing Sharma. I kind of agree now. The more I look at this. So good evening from India. Hello. Silent Dead Games. Oh, God, what's the name of that? Oh, India badly missing just in Foxtel. Okay. The word is that India captain wasn't dropped. He opts out. What that means, not unlike what Ashwin did. He retired. He opts out now. Does that mean that he's no longer going to be playing at Test level, or just dropped out of the captaincy? This is getting a bit muddled now. Does it mean he's not playing at all, or does he just drop from the captaincy? That's the question. He opts out of what? He opts out of the Test altogether. So he's effectively dropped himself. Well, to opt out means you're just stepping aside, and you probably wouldn't have done that unless you were pushed a little bit. I'm sorry. I hate to say this, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all, does it? Garden Gumby, what does he say?
The thing is, everything is fine with Rohit, and I don't think so. It's anything traditional. I think the head coach is there. That should be fine. That should be good enough.
Everything's.
As I just said, that we could have a look at the wicket and probably announce our playing 11 tomorrow. The answer remains the
So
same.
guys at Gummy says they're going to look at the wicket tomorrow, and maybe they're playing side tomorrow. Well, they've already dropped Rohit. Well, they're giving Rohit a bit of a hint, and I think Australia lost the last series because of bowlers. Gumby is pissed off. Well, it just means that they've given him a chance, and Rohit's just opted out gracefully in a way, which is rather sad. It's not what you want to see from a player that's, well, certainly a bit up there in terms of talent. And will Constance change his approach? The other question I'm seeing written here. Oh, I think we're saying the numbers are dwindling somehow. It's interesting. Khawaja opted into the whole thing. Yeah, I'd say he's gone. He's gone. Very sad. I hope Rohit Sharma doesn't. He's done it with some dignity. It looks like, so that's good. He's opted out. Okay. Let's have a look here. It's sad. It is sad for Rohit. Comments are coming through that it's sad. Oh, I think it is sad. I think Australia lost this last series because of bowlers. Batting has always done their job well. No, I think the bowling has been better this time. So no Rohit for tomorrow. Yes, correct. Same thing also happened in the Aussie dressing room. Look, both times, like Australia have dropped Mitchell Marsh. I think Aussie lost the last series because of bowlers, but batting has always gone. Well, no, I don't. The bowlers have been a lot better this series, I would say, Australian bowlers. That's my thoughts. Let's have a look here. It's quite hot tonight. Missed my opinion. What's that again? If it's gone too fast, I'm sorry. I can only try to glimpse up often enough to see these things. So if I miss something, please just say it again. So this is kind of breaking news, let's be honest. It certainly is breaking news about Rohit Sharma. Stark is in BBL, well, he may well be, does not come and have Justin Langer. Hate Justin, that's why, Justin Langer was a funny one. He did have some mixed reactions from his players, I must say. The whole sandpaper game ruined everybody, let's be honest. That was back in the days of Darren Lehman, actually, rather than that. So people are hoping that Virat Kohli scores a century in this test. If he gets rid of the dirty politics, he'll play for 4 more years. I like to see him play as long as he can because he's a tremendous player. Do you ask questions during press conferences? On occasions, I used to do it a lot, but I don't do it anymore. Kind of, they give you really bland answers. They don't answer your question. Yeah, please come live every day with data review and preview. Okay, Will. Don't you think it's unfair to schedule all the matches in India and Dubai during camp? Yeah, a little bit. Please come. Okay, we'll come live. I'll try to express. I'll come live as much as I can. Will Jason Glass become as a head coach? I think he wants it, but it might be a little bit of time off now. I think Andrew McDonald's doing a pretty good job at the moment. He's going to be there as long as he wants. Ronalds, as they call him. Now, thank you guys. I've got 52,013 subscribers. I'm pretty happy with that. 30,000 people watching in the last couple of days. And we now have, let me see, probably getting wished Happy New Year from people. Very sad. Let's look here. Okay. The breaking news is certainly, well, McDonald has done more than he's asked for. Yeah, I would agree. He's been a pretty solid coach. Pretty relaxed, pretty easygoing. Selectors have sometimes left a bit of desired selections, but yes, it's a practical decision. I think it is. I don't know. I would have liked to see Rohit finish the series and play really well and kill them. That would have been great. But no, that didn't happen. Still, Rohit is captain. Well, until someone else plays tomorrow, then that'll be a change. Any more questions? Still, Rohit is captain. At the moment, he is, but looks like he's not as of tomorrow. Ooh. Does Rahul deserve to be in the team? Yes, he does. He's played pretty well, especially early on. He played very well. Got Murali and Shane Warne there. We've got the 1948 Invincibles. We've got Don Bradman over there. Any other questions, guys? About BUMRAH versus Constance. Well, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? It's at his so-called home ground for the SCGL. He's not old enough to have been there very long, but it is the home ground for Constance at the moment. I think I couldn't tell you how many games he's played there. I don't think he's necessarily played a lot there, by any means. I've got some posts there you may have seen, which I hope you're looking at. One's gone to 104,000, pretty good, and the one there has gone to well over almost 12,000. Indian Feelings gone so well. I want to switch to. Switch. People are switching. What is it? Switch. Chats. There we are. All right. Why is Australian cricket always attacking compared to India's cricketers who are mostly defensive? I don't know. I can't explain that one. Can't answer that one. All right, we seem to be waning. I've gone about almost 40 minutes, so I'll call stumps in a minute. Although the numbers have been pretty reasonable. Any more questions? So Rohit Sharma at this point in time appears to have stepped aside, perhaps been told that he may be dropped, and he decided to step aside. And when you step aside from the captaincy and the playing side, it usually means you're gone. I heard from somewhere that it was leaked from the Indian dressing room that Galton only wanted to play. Okay, I don't know about that. Aussies will unknowingly panic as India Pro 11 will be. Is Rohit last test match in Melbourne? Yeah, it looks, well, yeah, I'd have to think so. I think Kohli is a strong He's on yeah, I'm sure he is. How many years have you been in the business of cricket analyst? 20? More? Yeah, what's good, Norman? How are you? I'm quite good, Jasper Singh. Correct decision? You think so, Arun? All right. We'll see. I think it is because Bumrah won the first test match. He's back as captaincy. Well, that must be a good sign. Must be a good sign. Must be a good sign. Is Rohit fake? No, he's not fake. Why is it fake? You didn't answer my question about betting. What? I didn't get the question. Sorry, could you repeat it? I didn't see it.
So I think that
I didn't see any message about that. Very College should go after this series. I don't think he will, to be honest. I think he's got a lot to offer. He scored a century only a few test matches ago. Let's just not forget that. Let's not just dish him so quickly. Okay. Again, Rohit Sharma has been stepped aside from both the captaincy and the team selection. That means Shubman Gill looks like he's probably been brought back on the side. You'll have Rahul batting with Jaswal with Gill at first drop, second back to Kohli, then probably Punt. Why Maxi is not playing Test cricket? Good question. I don't know. India repeating, everyone's starting to say Indian media is reporting that Rohit Sharma is out at 11 for the fifth test and for a surprising reason. Oh, well, we're not going to tell us what the surprising reason is. Nothing news coming through on that one. Fairly static. Anyway, we're all a bit shocked. Have you ever played betting? No. Very quick answer. India's level will look dangerous if Rohit's rested. It may well do. I mean, let's not discount that. I think it's a fair comment to say that there's a bit of depth in that batting lineup. There is, and Sarfaraz Khan, I think, is another person that's been very, very, very sad not being talked about more than he is. Let's go. We've had Gambia has gone mad. This is a Pakistan cricket kind of drama. Should be given Rohit. Oh, okay. Where's the news coming? Playing. Can you confirm the platform? Times of India, and then everything under Times of India. The Times of India doesn't normally broadcast unless it's pretty well confirmed and true. So I'd say that is the case. Pretty good stat, I think. Okay. All right, any other questions, guys? We seem to be running out of questions. Will draw result be discarded if chasing one? No. Oh, it is set to retire and focus on ODI and franchise cricket only. Well, franchise cricket probably also. 3 changes expected for the third test, for the fifth test. Rohit, Akshashdeep, Punt out punts. I know it punts. Rohit have loose that's why he has dropped. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We've got some very good videos coming through at the moment. Someone's saying it's the right decision. It probably is. He has Jurels will replace Rishabh Pant. Is that for sure? Or Rishabh? I don't think there's anything. Nothing's been confirmed about Pant at this stage, and that would be a real loss to Australia. So for India, if they don't have Pant there, I'm telling you now, he's one of the people who I would expect to create the most for his country. We've had 282 comments. Pretty healthy. Have you ate Vada? I think I have. Pretty sure I have. Punt is also dropped in Sydney and chance. No, punt hasn't been dropped. Expecting a stellar comeback from Shubman. Let's hope so. He probably needs to. Let's hope he does play well. I think he will. I think he'll want to show up everybody and play well. Your opinion on Marsh getting dropped? Oh, it's sad for him. He tries hard. He's got a great attitude to the team, but Webster's been knocking on the door apparently, and he needs to be given a go. They're giving him a go, even though they won. Interesting. The other interesting one is Cameron Green. When he returns, what will they do? Will they throw him straight back in, or will they not? Is the question I'm asking. My storage is full. WhatsApp. Hey Norman, will he be there? Message tomorrow. I hope to see you there in chat. Sanjay Prakash, I'll be there. Yes, definitely. I will be there tomorrow. But Gambia talked seriously with Joel and that's the chance. Well, to drop Rashad Punt would be madness. I think he is too important a player. He could easily come out and belt the hell out of us and win the match easily. Punt will play Indian Express only, so Gill and Prasidi will be in. Well, Gill in for Rohit and Prasidi will be in for, of course, Akash Deep. We'll see if that happens. I think Rana should be given a go too, but bowled well in the first test, not as well in the second. How would you tackle just Bumrah with a lot of trepidation? You keep the line of your batting at all times, but cover your stumps. People think Australia Day don't play fair. They don't very often. What happened with Cameron Green? He's got a bad back problem. He had some sort of back surgery that led him to having a long period of convalescence, which is going on now. Meaning that he'll be out for a while, I'd say. At least most of this year. Very sad moment. Cameron Green will be straight back in the team. Not sure whether he will make it for the strong side. I don't know. It's too early. Boland is a real threat. Yes, is Green seeing in World Test Championship? Might be back by then. Might be. There's a chance. Might be back in. Might be. Breaking news on Rohit SHARMA. It is certainly breaking news, isn't that about? Almost 300 messages, guys. That's pretty good. Leave before cricket leaves you. That's not a bad way. Before you're being dropped, I would think that's a fair point. Expecting any more surprise from Constas? Let's hope he surprises us all. Be fantastic. Okay. Let's have a look here. Okay. Should Reddy be promoted in the batting order? No, I think he's in the right spot. But he batted fantastically. He's a really good lower middle order batsman and can bowl pretty well too. He's an invaluable all-rounder that they've got there, I tell you now. If new kid's going to bowl tomorrow, then I'll be carrying ending for them, I think. Who are you talking about? Yes. Charlotte, I miss him. He's on. He's something the same as in Australia. How many stadiums in Australia? Perth, Adelaide. Brummer will go through the Australian lineup. Okay, good well to that. Perth, Adelaide. There's also in Darwin. Alice Springs is one too. Queensland. That's Townsville. 6. ACT Sydney, that's 8. Melbourne 9. Tasmania 10. About 10. Why only Rohit? Why not Coley? Because he has 8100 as well. He scored a century not that long ago. Rohit's gone 11, 12, 13 Test matches with only a 50. That's the sad comparison that people have to make. Are you still in touch with Alan Mullally? A bit less these days. Not probably a better replacement for Coley right now. I would say that's a fair point. Is Optus Stadium the best in the world? I love the light show and fireworks. Not really. You mean Optus Stadium in WA? It's pretty good, but it's not the best. MCG is still the best. I still love my SCG for obvious reasons. Yeah, so I don't think it's the best. Is Kawaja retired after the Sydney Test? No, I don't think so. I think he'll be at least into the Ashes series next year in Australia. We might see something after that. We might. But he scored a hell of a lot more runs than Rohit Sharma has, I'll tell you. 5,005. Let's just compare. If I'm not wrong, Rohit we saw scored some. He scored, what did he score? He scored 4,301 in tests and 67 test matches. If someone is injured in his place, okay. Hazelwood, update please. Hazelwood's gone for the series. Hazelwood out for the series. Todd Murphy, or maybe for Sri Lanka. Not for this test, I don't think. Now they've got Bo Webster in the frame. They're not going to be picking another spinner, I'm pretty sure. Not that Webster's a spinner, though. So Rohit Sharma, 4,301 runs in 67 test matches, batting average of 40. 10,866 in 265 ODIs. Stark, update please. Stark at this point is probably more yes than no. If Australia with full potential team would be better. Okay, just one change for Australia. At this point, the only change that was mentioned was Bo Webster in for Mitch Marsh. There was no mention of Matt Stark. So we have to assume that he's playing and that Lyon's there and there are no other spinners. Let's have a look here. Searching for players. Rohit Sharma. Who are we looking for? We're looking at who are we looking at? Just women amongst. Who do we? We'll certainly be good about it. No, it'll be fair to both sides. Stark is playing for sure tomorrow. It looks like he is. All right. Kawaja, what I was talking about. Kawaja. Husband Kawaja, Australia. Bit of a comparison going on there. Husband Kawaja hit 5,592 runs and 77 tests. What's your thoughts about who's going to win Sydney? It'll be, I think, India. What happened with Travis Head? Well, he's okay as far as I'm aware. Had a quad strain or something, or calf strain of some sort, but he's okay. So Kawaja's played 10 more. Will Anderson coach any team? Well, Anderson, as in James Anderson, I don't think so. 67 test matches for Rohit Sharma, he scored 4,301. 77 for, what's his name? It was been Kawaja, that's right. So the batting average of 44. And Melbourne says, what happened to him? He hurt his like a calf, upper calf quad muscle. Not sure what it was. Kawaja only had 26 sixes, whereas Rohit scored 88. So the main consideration is that in 67 test matches, so 10 less than Kawaja, he scored some 1,200 runs less in 10 test matches. That means it's very unlikely that Rohit Sharma would have reached what Kawaja's on currently. All right, guys, we might consider wrapping up there. Let's have a look at the situation. Yeah. Rain update for tomorrow. At the moment, it's a fair 60% plus chance of it's raining tomorrow at some stage. It's not good. Live is 55 minutes now. $335 messages in an hour. It's roughly 5 messages a minute. That's okay. All right. What are we going to talk about for the last few minutes? Anything in particular? Rohit Sharma, by all accounts, has been put himself or set himself aside, meaning he's opted out, which means he's not just a captain; he's not playing. Who is a better Test cricketer of all time? My pick is Ricky Ponting. No, Don Bradman. Can't even begin to go anywhere else but Don Bradman. Come on. Of the current crop, gee, I'll tell you what, Tendulkar's still there. Rohit Sharma retired from Test cricket. Live news. He's been retired from altogether from Test cricket. That is something I haven't heard. Where are they saying that? I'm not getting any messages to say that. Oh my God. My heavens, some of these photographs I'm seeing. I'm seeing no updates about him being picks up. Not sure. Oh, the country members welcome to the country welcome to the 20. Okay. A fair few members there for the country members. Adrian Raft's not a country member. Interstate member he is. Okay. All right, I'm seeing nothing about. Seeing nothing about any more confirmation of Kohli. That's not Kohli, about Rohit Sharma at this point, other than what we're hearing from the Times of India, for example. Any other updates, guys? We're going to leave now on that note, I think. We'll leave on the note that, yeah, it's been pretty heavy going for that Rohit Sharma and for Ashwin. Two big names dropping out of this Test series. Pretty sad for India, really. Kohli's still there. Punt is more than still there. He's well and truly there. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so any other questions before we leave? I'm going to leave now. So I want you to remember to view, like, and share my posts. Subscribe and hit the notification button so you're aware of when the next live is. I'm hoping to go live tomorrow, probably from the SCG itself, and we'll go live hopefully every day. And being the last test of the series, I'm going to be physically there for this most matches. The third day in particular, there's a pink test day. Gambia also dropped after Championship Trophy. Latest news. Where are you getting that from? Name your sources. I think they wouldn't be telling you now that he's being dropped in the future. That's a bit unusual. Next India versus Australia series schedule. Well, it's at least 3-4 years away. It's going to be 27, 28. I haven't got a schedule for it at this point. Sports Tech are saying that, are they? Okay. Not necessarily I want to go off that at all at this point. All right, so we're going to. A lot of people are saying it's a very good decision at Rohit. It's sad because he would not like to be Jaswant Gill of the future. Well, you would think so. You would think so. All right, guys. So view, like, and share the post. Subscribe to Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnik, both on my hat and on my top. Eyes on Sports is the abbreviation. Stay tuned. We've got a big test coming up, 5th test in my home state of New South Wales at the Sydney Cricket Ground, the SCG. All the best. Take care.